morning, everyone. Just got out of the shower, you can tell. So how's everybody today? I should have cleaned my blends before I got here. So today is our 4th day of our lives for the sample modules for the Magic Carpet Ride program. For those of you who don't know, the Magic Carpet Ride program starts August 28th, and it's a group coaching program that gives you 2 certificates. One is Reiki Master, one is a Magic Carpet Ride Facilitator, and there's lots to it, but I'm not going to go into that right at this moment. But I was thinking about this last night. I'm always contemplating, even though I've been doing this for a while with the Magic Carpet Ride. Good morning, Jen. Like, what exactly am I doing here, right? What if I'm talking to you guys and you guys are like, what are you doing? Or what do you do? Or what are you offering? I think about it just like anybody else in my position who does, if you do this, the feeling of like, how do I concisely tell everybody what I'm doing and not like just be up here rambling on and rambling on about something taking too long. And what I was thinking about last night, good morning, Marilyn, was the Magic Carpet Ride and my history with how I got to do this, which is decades, is a cheat sheet or a cliff note for life school. I think that's what I'm going to say from now on, because we have, we're born into this world, and because of the way that everyone and everything is around us, it tells us certain things that we're supposed to know and learn and that are important that we're supposed to do and all of those things. Good morning, Roxana. But for me, I've studied a lot about things that we should be taught from the moment we start coming out of our mothers. You know what I mean? About energy, about healing ourselves, about clearing trauma, about energy and frequency and how we get what we want. All the things, right? So that's what the Magic Carpet Ride is all about. It's a cliff note for Earth School. And it's about the things that we should have been taught as soon as we started existing in this life. So I'm going to go into our plan for today, but I just wanted to say that. So when you're considering if you want to join this program, are you finding life frustrating, or like so many people, like, what are we doing here? And I don't feel like doing all the stuff that we're supposed to do, or I feel sick, or I feel in pain, and I'm sick of taking a pill, or sick of going to the doctor, or all of that stuff. If any of that applies to you, or I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, what am I doing here? I can't tell you what you're supposed to be doing beyond some readings and stuff like that, but I can help you be comfortable with not knowing, because I think we're just here and we can have fun and do whatever we want. So the Magic Carpet Ride is Cliff Notes for Earth School. Good morning, Joanna. So these little lives that I've been doing every morning, this is the 4th day, so it's Thursday of the 5 days this week, and then it's going to be all next week too. Next week, though, it's going to be at 5 in the afternoon for those of you who couldn't make it in the morning. I have some clients in Australia and stuff, and later is better for them, and I want to make sure they get to come to the lives too. And so in this post, there's a whole bunch of links, and in the links, there's one that says it takes you to the sample vault. The Magic Carpet Ride program has about 130 learning modules in it that you work on over the 6 months, and I have a sample vault that you guys can click on for free to see. There's mind, body, spirit, and manifesting groups that you have all modules in. So you get to have one for each one, so you can see how beautiful the vault is that I've created and what it's all about. So today, one of the things that the meat of the Magic Copyright is about mind trips. And mind trips are guided imagery, to go and play in the non-physical. So many of us look with our eyes, listen with our ears, and we perceive our reality as what we're seeing and hearing. And that's what kind of messes us up a lot, right? We see things, we hear things, and we say, oh, that's what's going on, and then we respond accordingly. But who's with me knowing there is so much more to it? There's so much more to, our regular senses that we've been told that's all we have when we're born, our touch and hear and feel and see. So in the non-physical, you get to play, you get to use your imagination, and your imagination brings intuition. And you get to visit with beings that aren't in our physical world on this exact level. And you also get to explore who you would be if you didn't exist with exactly what you're perceiving in your reality. So that way, it will start to open doors for you to understand things in a deeper way. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to do a tiny little mind trip, and I want to ask a question. So we're going to go through an exercise, which will have, there's a whole bunch of different aspects that you get to explore. One, thinking about what is something that you really want to do or be. And then moving into how does that feel, and where is that maybe resistance living in your body. So we're going to do this whole experiential thing throughout ourselves. Okay, so let's just do a short meditation. Hi, Serenity. We're going into a little bit of a meditation and then a little bit of a guided imagery. So let's just start with just relaxing in our body. So taking a deep breath and letting it out. I can feel my lower back just relaxing. So with your eyes closed, or if you, sometimes people prefer to have their eyes open, but with your eyes closed if you can, just start from the top of your head, and we're just going to move almost like an elevator down, and we're just checking where you're holding any tension. So this is just getting us into a relaxed state. So moving down your entire body from the crown of your head, almost like you can perceive like a little bit of an elevator just moving down, recognizing where am I holding stress. And as it's moving down and down and down, just relax that spot. Relax your eyes and your jaw and your tongue and your neck as you're moving down, down, down. Move it continuously down. You may notice little things like one side is more tense than the other of your body. Or if you come across a place that it's really tense and almost like your elevator doesn't want to keep moving, just breathe into that spot and just ask it to relax and tell it it's safe. Moving all the way down your body. Remembering to breathe, take 2 very slow, very full breaths. Okay, and letting go of that imagery and letting go of your last breath. Talking about things that we should be taught from birth is how to breathe, right? Okay, now what I want you to do is think about just one thing, and it doesn't have to be big. It might be like going out to get an ice cream today, or it could be I want to be a quantum healer. It could be anything. I want you to ask yourself, what is the thing that you want to do or you want to be? Close your eyes and really ask yourself that question. Let a few things ramble through your mind if you need to see what would be the one thing today that you would like to choose, that you would like to do or be or have. Anything. Could be anything. And then just let yourself imagine doing that or being that or having that for a moment. Just maybe if it's a thing, touching it. Maybe if it's a thing that you want to do. Maybe you're wearing the clothes that you wear to do it. Maybe if it's something that you're in, like a house, maybe walking around that particular thing. And just for a minute, we're going to pretend that you can have this. So don't think about why you can't have it. Just think about having it. Think about wearing it. Think about holding it. Think about being in it. Think about experiencing it. Good morning, Laurie and Dawn. We're just exploring the thing right now. Could be anything that you want to have that you don't have, or you want to be, or you want to do. The one thing. Could be anything. And just imagine for a moment doing it, doing it, doing it. Being it, feeling it, seeing it, touching it. And then I want you to take this feeling of having the thing, and I want you to move it within your body. And I want you to ask yourself, where is the resistance? It's a thing you want and you don't have, right? So energetically, we attract everything. Everything that we're in alignment with will come to us, or we'll meet it, or serendipitously it will happen in our life. So this thing that you want and you're visualizing, you don't have it yet. So ask yourself, close your eyes and ask yourself, where is my resistance? Where is my resistance? And so while you're asking that question, I want you to scan again your body and see where in your body you have a feeling about this thing you want. Where is my resistance? Then feel up and down your body. Where is it? Is it in your belly? Is it in your solar plexus? Is it in your heart? Tune right into your body. Can you guys tell me, once you feel this, where is it in your body? You can also share, what is it? What is it that you want? And then where in your body do you feel the resistance? It's really good. I love it when everybody comments, because that way other people get to know that they're not alone and hear your story, because your story may be very similar to theirs. Okay, so once you have this feeling within you, where is my resistance? Where is my resistance? Wherever you feel it in your body, what I want you to do again, this is part of the imagery, I want you to move your imagination right into that body part. Good, Roxana. So if you go to your solar plexus, where you're feeling that feeling, and let the feeling build, right? It might be tension, it might be sadness, it might be nausea, your solar plexus, or it might be anxiety. Wherever you're feeling it in your body, you're concentrating on where's the resistance, and you're going to move right into that feeling and let it grow. Let the resistance feeling grow. Now, this resistance feeling that you're feeling, that's what keeps us out of the frequency of where we want to go, because our bodies are so damn smart, right? They're going to think, oh no, if we do this, we might die. And then it literally will reflect in our body like, no, this is making us uncomfortable. So we're not going to vibrate with that. So as you're focusing on this feeling, let it build and let it build. And then what I want to ask you to do is, what is the emotion that's connected to this feeling? Think of it. Emotion. Stick with the emotion. Am I feeling sad? Am I feeling scared? Am I feeling too excited? Can you feel it? Can you feel the emotion? And if you want, share with me, what is the emotion? Hannah, just to like back up a little bit, what we're talking about is what is the, what's the thing you want to do or be or have? Feel it like you're having it, and then ask yourself, what's my resistance? What's my resistance? And you're scanning your body to find it within your body where the resistance is. And then you're going to go further, feeling the resistance until you can feel the emotion that's attached to the resistance. Roxana, sadness and teary-eyed. Okay, so Roxana and everyone else who's with me, as you're feeling the emotion that's connected to that, this is amazing. This is the amazing part. I want you to go to that emotion and go to that part of your body and start to say how much you love it. Take a deep breath and feel the love. Feel the love of it. Feel the love of it so much that that part of you that's resistant, that part of you that's feeling this emotion that basically you're afraid to feel, knows it's safe, knows it's okay to feel it. It's safe to feel it. Tell it you love it. Almost imagine that you can take your hands and hold that body part. I love you. You're safe. You're always... Well, is there a difference between the resistance and the emotion? That would be my first question, right? And then that whole feeling. But I would say the resistance led you to the emotion. So the right word answer would be the emotion, love the emotion. But what's going to happen when you're loving the emotion is the resistance will start to feel different. So you may even go deeper into, underneath the sadness, there may be anger. Or you may have a memory. This is another thing that happens. You may have a memory that pops up around where the resistance originally came from. Good morning, Tammy. So you're just loving the emotion and the resistance within that body part. The other very, very powerful question that you can ask while you're in there, in that place, is this mine? Or does it belong to someone else? Is this mine? Is this mine? Do I own this? Or is this something that was instilled in me? You know, did somebody say something to me at one point that created this resistance in me? Or did I witness a traumatic event of some sort and it's just living in me, but I don't even know why, because it's not really mine. And if you happen to hear it's not yours, you can just let it float up. You can give it away. You can give it back to the person or the event that it belongs to. And if it's yours, you just want to love it. You want to love it, because so many things happen in our lives that... I had a situation where I had this memory of my mom, and I can't even clearly see it. I was really pretty small, but it was in my body, it was living in a very traumatic way. Like I had done something wrong. And when I did this exercise, I understood that all of a sudden it wasn't mine at all. It was a fear that was instilled in me, but it was because I was observing my mother being very upset. So like her trauma that she was experiencing was kind of imprinted on me. And I carried it around as something was wrong with me. I did something wrong. And I needed to be careful because I might be in trouble because that might happen again. When it wasn't even mine at all. Roxana, you say familial, like from family related or familiar, I'm sorry. I literally feel like I need to go look up the definition to apps. I mean, I know what it means, but just in your context, what does that mean exactly? Hannah, working and healing my mom and myself. Yeah. It's all the same too, Hannah, right? Like we're all one. And the more that we heal for ourselves, the more that we're healing, those who came before and after us. So as you're concentrating on that feeling, what do you feel now as you're infusing all that love and that acceptance and also that feeling of wherever it is living in your body, of allowing it to understand that it doesn't have to go? Because how many times, this is a really good point, how many times that anything that we find on us, right? If you're into energy, you may find attachments or implants, or we may have, something we witness that's living within us, like we were just talking, as an emotion that lives within our body. But the way that I look at everything that's living within us is, one, it's a teacher. There is this different beliefs that you see, I'm sure, because it's everywhere. I'm being attacked energetically, psychically, all these, this is something that's separate from me, that's hurting me, so I need to get rid of it. But my idea, this is my belief, and you can choose to entertain it or not, is every single thing that we experience, that we have connected to us, that we're holding within us, is our teacher. And we're energetic beings, and it doesn't matter, we could have all of our body parts missing, and it's okay, right? I was working with someone the other day, she was in my program, and she's like, everything's okay, even if I'm dead. and she kept saying that, and I'm like, you're absolutely right. Everything is okay, even if you're dead. So everything is a lesson. Everything is just an experience. We're just having an experience. So the things that are connected to us, the whatever you perceive as like an attachment or whatever, we can transmute that by changing our frequency to not match it, and it will just leave, or it will integrate. So if we're grateful for experiences that are uncomfortable, and we make love to them, you have that emotion, Roxana, inside your solar plexus, and we start to just love them. Okay to be there. It's okay to have feelings. It's okay to raise your head up, to say, hey, I need attention. Isn't that a huge, grand lesson, to just have relationships, period? Because you're having a relationship with every tiny part of you that you perceive is good or bad, which is bullshit, because nothing is good or bad. It just is. Do you have any feedback around what I was just saying? And Roxana, I think for me it comes from family. Always had financial struggles, yeah. So, and you may know this, so not to sound redundant, but definitely while we're talking, and believe me, I do it sometimes too, I gotta pay that bill and blah, 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 blah. But especially if it's like a family, I'm in trouble with that word. Especially if it's something that we have brought with us throughout our family line, to begin to change our verbiage to, I'm working on having a greater understanding of my connection with my finances. I'm working on accepting financial abundance, stuff like that. Because we take on those things, right? Just like you're saying, it's, you know, a family thing that it's moved through generation after generation after generation. Claim it. I was talking about this yesterday with someone too. Claim it as the buck stops here, and I'm going to be the one who's going to stop this. I'm going to be the one who's going to change what's going on for anybody who comes after me. Hannah, I forgive her for what she didn't know, and I appreciate she didn't give up on me and always tried her best. Yes. Good morning, Elise. Yeah, and like Hannah, right, with what you're saying, that's the same as like really loving and accepting whatever resistance is within. I'm hoping, you guys, that I'm not blanking out a lot, because I keep getting this message that I'm having trouble staying connected. Shoot, I lost what I was going to say. What was I going to say? I don't know what I was going to say. Well, I think this is what I was going to say. When we're loving the resistance within us, when we're loving all the things that come up and fight us, like, no, we can't go there. No, that's going to kill us. No, you know, kill us meaning like if we succeed in life, that's really super scary. So let's not do that because I feel like I might die. When we're connecting with ourselves that way, being accepting, loving what the resistance is, however it looks, right? Not telling it to go away, not telling it that it's not serving us, but in the opposite of like, you're serving me in an incredible way, and I love to see where my resistance is, and I love to play with it and make it feel safe and hold its hand while we walk together through the resistance to get to where we want to go. What does that do to your relationships with everything? Not even just with people, but with your animals, with your food, with your clothes, with where you live. The idea of loving the resistance and being able to learn how to co-create a frequency together so you can meet and then just let it become neutral affects everything in your entire life. It makes more welcome and peace, yeah. It makes more acceptance, right? It makes more, what just crossed, we're put off by somebody, right? Or something. When that initial, like, feeling within our body, before we even make a determination of what we feel about it, that feeling of, ugh, no, that's not for me. Not to say you should go towards that because that's your intuition, but to be able to recognize that, like, with curiosity, instead of missing out on something because you're not resonating with it, and maybe it's something that's above your, like, something that you should move towards, but you know, it feels uncomfortable. I remember, yeah, Hannah, exactly. It's that feeling of like the grace of just accepting everything, accepting what is. One thing that just crossed my mind is, it's been a couple years now, but I remember there was this coach that was trying to get me to work with her, and it was a group coaching person, and I was going on and on about, I just like working with one person at a time. That's my favorite thing to do. That's what makes me feel the best. And I was almost like aggravated with her that, like, don't push this on me because this is what I like. But come to find out, it is what I liked at the time, because I was afraid to be talking to a group of people versus one person. So that whole thing put me off. I kind of became angry. I'm like, don't tell me what I don't don't want or isn't good for me. And she was calling me out by saying, you should be doing this. You're just afraid. And it made me angry because I thought at the time, well, at the time, that's what I was doing and that's what was working for me. But now I'm working with groups of people and it's the most amazing thing. And it's more effective, actually. In that container, it's more effective. So to be able to have the grace, like you said, Hannah, to see the bigger picture of so many times we're the problem. You know what I mean? So many times, if we can just, be quiet and sit with the feeling and that, so coming back to the Magic Carpet Ride and it being like a cliff note for Earth School, these things that I'm not going to say should have because that's a silly way to put it, but what would life be like if we went to school and school was about frequency and energy and healing your body because you can talk to your cells, to be able to travel in your mind to far off places, to understand that you have access to all the information that ever was from the beginning of time to the end. What would we be? I have goosebumps. What would we be if starting in kindergarten, that's what we learned? Can you imagine? What would this world look like? Hannah, yeah. What would this world look like? So that's what, this is so funny. Last night I said this at the beginning, but I'm going to say it again. Last night I was like, what am I doing here? People doing what I do, having these coaching programs and all of that, we always are striving like, how do I describe what I do in a sentence or two and not drive you guys crazy by like giving you 4 paragraphs of like messages. Here's my program. See, now this is so cool. I literally feel like I'm going to throw up. And it's because this is my resistance coming up because I've truly hit on something. So for me, I'm going to talk about my process. I can feel it in my throat and in my solar plexus. And I had goosebumps all over saying that. Like, what would life be like if in first grade we started to study all of this? And that's what I'm doing. This is what I've studied for like 30 years. Every day I am in my process of, I'm in school constantly, not just life school, but like working on how do I help other people with what I'm learning. So that's what the Magic Carpet Ride is. It's this school that we weren't given when we should have been when we were kids. And it's not too late. And I think as like a collective, we are sick and tired of being in the old paradigm of like all the stuff that we were taught when we were little that we're supposed to do. And so that's what the Magic Carpet Ride, really, that's the basis of why I'm doing it. It's school. And in the Magic Carpet Ride, you get to learn all the stuff I was talking about. Hannah, they work really hard to make sure we learn the opposite. Yeah. Sit down, shut up, don't quit. Yeah. Everything. And that, like, you know, learning what 1 and 1 is more important than learning to take a breath. So, this is good. So, you guys who are here watching this and watching the replay, the Magic Carpet Ride program starts August 28th. It's a 6-month program. It's group coaching, that thing that I was afraid of. It's been going on for a while now, and it's just an amazing experience. You get to come into the community, you get to come to group calls, you get one-on-ones with me, and you get the vault that has 130 modules to learn about the things we should have been taught. And you get your Reiki Master certificate. Because to me, Reiki is it's a modality that is really all-encompassing to learn about energy and reading energy and using energy to help yourself and others. So I have really become fond of the modality since I've been doing the Magic Carpet Ride. So up in this post, there's lots of links. Next week, 5 o'clock Monday through Friday. I'm doing more lives. And you're welcome to come, but there is a sign up too. If you sign up for it, then you'll get emails and reminders and stuff to make sure you don't miss out. Does it come with, Roxana, it comes with 6 attunements. The first month is Reiki 1, second month is Reiki 2, and then the next 4 months are Reiki Master attunements. But within that, you're also learning how to give the attunement, what the attunements are, deep dive into all the symbols. And the last month of the program, we do a 21-day meditation, which is, it's a self-guided one. So you can do 5 minutes, you can do 30 minutes, whatever you want. But those 21 days are about, and that's like to replicate Dr. Usui, who is the father of Reiki. His story is that he sat for 21 days to meditate on a healing. So we duplicate that. And that's about building your relationship with Reiki. And then at the very last attunement is an auto attunement. So you gather all the information that you received about it, create the relationship you want with it, and then you're going to do your own attunement in the group. I have a big Reiki vault with tons of information in it. There's lots and lots of videos. And here's the other thing about Reiki. We have healing circles every week. So you can come, you can receive Reiki, you can give Reiki, and there's people who come to, like the public can come. And then once a month, we're doing pet Reiki. So if you're interested in working with animals, that's something else that's intertwined in it. And next Friday, I'm actually doing it at a equine rescue barn we're going to be working with horses. So, yeah, it's really, really cool. Roxanne, if you're interested in talking about it, I've been meeting with people. You don't have to make a commitment or anything, just to tell you more about the program, answer your questions, and see if it's a good fit for you. So I'll reach out to you. So if you want to meet for a little bit, I'd love to answer your questions. I got a Reiki 1 certificate, but never got attuned, so I feel like I didn't get anything. Yeah. I you know, it's my program, so of course I'm gonna like say good things about it. But I think my program's really, really special because it's just it's not just about like Reiki, but it's about understanding the energy around us, and you'll leave feeling like you know what's going on. You'll leave definitely feeling like you're attuned, but you'll also understand all the way to the point of teaching it. So it's a great program, and it's intertwined in the Magic Copper Ride. I am in RMT also. What's an RMT? Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm like, you know, in my, like, I always feel like I should know stuff. I should know what you're talking about. But massage therapist, right? Registered massage therapist. Is that what you're saying? That would be amazing. Roxanne, if you work with horses already, intertwining, where are you, Roxana? Like, where do you live? Tonight, actually, yeah, I thought so. Tonight, I'm meeting with a local barn. She does this Liberty horse training, and we're meeting. I've been going there just about every week, and we're creating a class for horse people, basically, or people who want to work with horses, for Reiki and horse communication and reading their energy. And also I'm feeling pretty invested in what we were talking about with adjusting our energy to accommodate the horses. And that's what the Liberty training is all about, is to be able to understand how the herd works, and then how to be part of the herd. And I don't know a lot about it, so don't hold me to exactly how I'm explaining it. But I'm a really, with like therapeutic horse training the ability to adjust your energy, to be aware of your energy and adjust your energy to be able to match and work with the horses, or just to adjust your energy in the presence of their energy for people who have trouble with fear and anger and anxiety and stuff like that. So we're setting up classes right now. And I don't know, Roxana, I haven't, you're kind of piquing my interest about, I was really thinking, I live in Wilmington, North Carolina, and I was thinking of it being an in-person class only. But if it's, I don't know, maybe we'll include a little bit of long distance too. But Roxana, if you're interested in working deeper with the horses while you're doing massage, it's a great thing to put together as far as and massage all together. All right, guys. Well, this is great. So up in the links, just to reiterate, you can sign up for next week's lives in the morning. There's a Magic Carpet Ride Roundtable next Monday. It's a gathering. We do an hour of community and a nice big mind trip. So if you want to sign up for that, that's up there. And there's a couple of other lists. Make sure and go to the vault. There's the free vault. You can go in and explore and do the exercises in it. And there's also a link if you want to just sign up to meet me. We can hang out. I'll do a little reading for you and we can talk about the program. Whew. All right, you guys. So I will see you, if not sooner, I will see you tomorrow morning. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye.